What's going on, stackers? So this video is going to be a very important video which you should watch until the end, because I'm about to share with you a bunch of low content book niches that you really should not be publishing books in. So, welcome back to Stacking Profit. My name's Paddy, and over here we give you the tools and resources to learn, grow and master passive income streams so that you can live a life of freedom. Now, like I said, this video is going to be a very important video, and you need to watch the entirety of this video because I'm going to share with you a bunch of niches where you should really not be publishing books in. Now, what I'm about to share with you should be common knowledge. You should already understand this, but I know that there's a lot of people out there who currently do not understand this. Now, what is that? Well, let's go over to Canva so I can actually explain to you the niches that you should not be publishing books in. So, do not, let me say that again, do not make books in these niches. Now I'm going to explain to you why that is, but it should be anything related to sports teams. That's a big one. You can't be creating books around someone's sport team. And also TV shows being a massive one, which you really should not be publishing books in. The third one being movies. Please don't create books around movies. And also celebrities. Pretty much anything where you do not own the rights to or the IP. That's intellectual property. Now let me go into Google and explain to you a little bit more about intellectual property. So here we are in Google. I've typed in what is intellectual property and we can see that just here. Intellectual property, that's IP. So if you ever hear anyone refer to their books or anything and talk about IP, IP is intellectual property. It refers to creations of the mind, such as inventions, literally, and artistic works, design and symbols, names and images used in commerce. Literally anything that you create is your IP. Now, can you use someone else's intellectual property? Of course you can't. If you do not own the rights, then please do not try and create books around that. Now, overview just here, you can usually get permission to use someone else's intellectual property, that's IP, by buying the rights from them or getting their permission to use it. Someone else's trademark, patent, copyright or design without their permission is known as IP infringement and could lead to a fine, prison or both. So in layman's terms, you can't be stealing other people's work. If you don't own the rights to a certain graphic or trademark or anything like that, then you should really not be publishing books. Now, why have I brought this up? Well, I get a lot of people asking silly little questions on whether or not they can use someone else's IP. They don't literally say it's like that, but they want to know if they can create books around Harry Potter, Pokemon and things like this. Of course you can't go ahead and create that type of book because you don't own the rights to the intellectual property, the IP. Now if we go over to Amazon, just here, we can see that all I typed in was Pokemon colouring book. Now, can you create a Pokemon colouring book? Of course you can't. Why can't you? Well, you don't own the IP. You don't own the intellectual property. If you do not own the rights, then do not create books. But I typed in Pokemon colouring book. Now, if we scroll through, we can actually see there's 1,000 results. And if we look, people have been creating Pokemon colouring books. We can see that by Barbara, Doogie Books, Mika Book. I'm guessing that the majority of these do not own the rights to Pokemon. So you can't use Pokemon on your books. But we can see People are actually doing that, which brings me onto my next point is just because you see someone else doing it over on Amazon like this does not make it right. So because someone's created Pokemon colouring books does not mean that you have the rights to go and do that too. Chances are somewhere down the line that all these people using other people's IP will get their accounts terminated. How long will that take? Who knows? Could take 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, who knows? But chances are most of these books will get taken down at some point as soon as Amazon realizes. It's the same for any other IP. Now, what I've gone ahead and done is typed in Harry Potter colouring book. We can see there's 808 results for Harry Potter colouring book, and if we scroll down, there's lots of Harry Potter colouring books, and chances are they don't own the rights to this book. Look at that, 2 reviews, and it's all 1 star. I wonder why that is, because look, these 2 are exactly the same. This is Scholastic, whatever, but I'm guessing this person and this person do not own the rights to Harry Potter. If you do not own the rights to something, you can't go ahead and use it willy-nilly. It does not work like that. Remember that just because you see someone else doing it over here on Amazon does not make that right. Chances are these accounts will get closed down, but we just don't know when. So if you take anything away from this video, it should be that you can't use other people's intellect. So do not make books in these niches. Anything related to sports teams, TV shows, movies, celebrities. There's probably more than this, but this is just off the top of my head. Now, when it comes to sports teams, you can create books around sports, generic sports, basketball, football, hockey, things like this, but you can't use a sports team. Same with TV shows. Do not do any TV shows or movies or anything related to a celebrity. If you do not own the rights, then please do not create books in those niches. It's not that hard to understand that you can't go and create books out of someone else's intellectual property. Not unless you want to get in trouble somewhere down the line. And it's just not even worth risking your account. So stay away from anything related to sports teams, TV shows, movies and celebrities, and try and find other niches, because there's literally thousands of niches out there for you to go and create your books around. There's no need to create books around sports teams, TV shows, movies, celebrities, or anything like that, just because the vast amount of niches which are out there. And just because you see someone else doing it over on Amazon does not make it right. So please don't copy them. Now, if you struggle to find niches, that's okay. Come over to our channel. We actually have lots of videos all about finding niches, and we also have a playlist on how to find niches. Now, what I'll do is link this video right there in the right hand corner, not this video, this playlist in the right hand corner, so you can come through and watch. You can learn the strategies that I know which actually help me find niches for my books. I always keep everything relatively simple. In fact, I always keep things KISS. Let's keep it super simple. And my niche research strategies help me find unlimited niches. In fact, I created a video the other day all about finding niches. Now, what I'll do is link that video right there in the right hand corner, because if you watch that video, you're going to see how you can come up with an unlimited amount of niches. And remember that we have lots of videos on the channel. Lots of videos which will help you out in your publishing journey. Now, if we come back over to the channel, we can see lots of great videos, free resources, tools, how to make more sales, finding keywords, lots of good stuff. So come through to the channel and take a look and learn how to find niches. And remember, just do not create books around anything which you do not own the IP. Sports teams, TV shows, movies, celebrities, all of the above, you should not be creating books. Now, I really hope that you grasp this concept and understand that you can't just be taking other people's property to go and create your own books. It does not work like that, and you can get into a lot of trouble further down the line. So the best way to avoid this is just stay away from sports teams, TV shows, movies and celebrities. I know I've kind of rambled on and just kept going on about the same thing over and over again, but there's a lot of people who really need to hear this, because again, it's not okay to create books around other people's IP. That didn't show up, so I'm just going to go back, but you kind of get the idea. Do not make books in these niches. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, go hit subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you can be notified for any further videos. That being said, I've been Paddy, this has been Stacking Profit, and I'll see you again soon.